and welcome to another edition of Abraham Chicks. And I'm so excited today. I've got the beautiful Tyona. She is a life coach, a yoga speciality, a leader of retreats, and she's just such a special being. I'm so happy to have her here. Hi, honey.
Hi, Tina. Thank you for having me today. I felt so honored when I got the email from you asking to be a part of your new program, Abraham Chicks. I love the name. I think it's awesome.
It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's kind of what we are.
So cute, though. I love it. It's awesome.
The funniest thing was somebody had asked me, well, why aren't there any men? And we kind of had a bit of a laugh about, well, what would we call it? You know, if it had to rhyme with Hicks, as in Abraham. Yeah, it would be a naughty word anyway. So we thought, just stick with the chicks.
Yeah.
For now.
Chicks and other dudes. Chicks and other dudes.
Exactly.
Aww.
So we sat here today. We're both sat on the floor, just very relaxed.
Yes.
So that's cool.
I love the suggestion. It just feels. Now I'm close to a little scooter and can keep him on.
Keep him quiet.
Keep him relaxed so he feels comforted.
Oh, so Ty, let's jump straight in, because I know that you have had incredible manifestations in your life since you really embraced the law of attraction. So why don't you start off with just some of the amazing things so we can get people excited about what's possible?
Well, gosh, there's been so many. There's been so many great ones. And when I was reflecting on which ones I was going to specifically share with you, one came to mind that really just spoke. I haven't spoken a lot about, or I haven't really given a lot of significance to. I kind of do to myself, but I don't really speak it to others. And it was in regards to the house that I'm living in right now. And it was a few years ago that we moved into it. And I had just started to practice the law of attraction. Actually, no, I've known about the law of attraction for years, but there's a difference between kind of knowing it and really, trusting and practicing it, putting practical effort or work into it, if you will, focus into it. And so for a while, I think I had been doing so. And there were lots of little things that would happen that I would start to recognize and notice. But this house was a really big one. Growing up, I had always wanted to live in a house with a pool. I remember vividly I think it was my 7th birthday. And my grandparents lived next to some people that owned a pool. And they allowed us to have my birthday party there. Mm-hmm. And it was, just mind-blowing. It was so fantastic. I love, to this day, I have memories of that birthday party and just how wonderful it felt. And just seeing my family, and I can picture it. It's really warm feeling. Growing up, I've always wanted a pool, and we did have a community pool for a while at some different places that I lived, but I always, kind of wanted my own pool. And so to bring it up to speed, when my husband and I had moved out into this area, we bought a new home, and we were thinking, okay, well, we were going to flip the home and go back to where we had transitioned from. At that time, we were in Orange County, and we came up into Rancho Cucamonga. And we came at the time of the market where it just collapsed. Yeah. And so we kind of got stuck in our house that we were going to flip. And so through that process, we had to really kind of let go of a lot of things and ended up going into actually bankruptcy. I had done a lot of investing in different properties. And so it was a really difficult time financially for us. My husband had actually broken up from his partner that he was practicing with. And so he was in the midst of changing work as well. So it was a very, very kind of transitional part of our lives. And so the thought of being able to move into another home that I felt like was going to be just as nice as the home we were leaving, or even nicer, was kind of really challenging, right? To kind of imagine, if you will, while you're going through all of those processes. And but I kept, as we looked for a rental and we looked around in the area that I really had wanted to live. I didn't even really care for the area that we had owned in, but so I was excited that we were moving to an area that I liked more. That was one thing that was, I think, key about it, that I was feeling excited about the transition to the area. And so, and there goes Scooter. Yes, and he was excited too.
Come here,
Scooty. So when we were looking around, we found a few houses that were okay, and it was getting close to the point where we needed to move out. And so I was just hanging on to, maybe, there's still the perfect one out there, because none of them felt quite perfect. I was just learning how to feel, I think, as Abraham Hicks talks about, into, the next best decision. And I found this house online, and I quickly called our realtor and I said, hey, I really want to take a look at this one. It looks really reasonable. It has a pool in the backyard. I don't know, maybe,
Yeah.
And so sure enough, we came here and it was perfect. It was beautiful. It was in this area that I absolutely love. We have trails all around the house, and I love to run. I love to take the dogs for runs, and we have a bike trail that my husband and I bike on. And so it's a lot of fun here, and it's really central to a lot of things that I do. It's in between my sister's house and my mom's house, like on one street. So I thought that was magical. I know that I had manifested that for sure. And the fact that I have this pool outside that I get a look at every morning. I get up and walk down to the kitchen, and it's just the sight of a reminder that you can achieve anything that you believe.
Yeah.
And it's this nourishing quality that the water gives to me.
But this all come from the contrast of the bankruptcy? Was this all something that came out of something that others would deem as being horrific?
I think it's quite possible, and that's something I even listened to this morning. Abraham talk about is how contrast definitely leads to expansion, and so it's that particular subject that has been kind of the most, I think, eye-opening or shift in perspective that I've taken on, is that it definitely takes practice, it takes trust, and so I do believe
it also takes away that that focus on the how it happens. We talk about all these things that we want. You would never have imagined that this would have come out of bankruptcy or losing, so many things. But actually, we don't know how it's going to happen. We can only put out there what we want.
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's something, again, I've had to learn, is just like, being okay with where it comes from.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, just just being open to it.
Yeah.
Being open to it as part of that process. It's part of the receiving. It's not, you know, being always, you know, in control. It needs to be this way or that way. And then once you're open to it, something even better comes down usually, you know? And so, it's that practice of that has definitely been fun.
I've had such a similar experience in the last couple of weeks. So I'm in the Caribbean. It's beautiful. Was living right on the beach, but the place was quite small. Sharing with a friend, so it was getting too small for us. So we found this, what we thought was an amazing 2-bedroom place that we could have for a few months on another beach. And just got so excited to move in there. And literally the day that we moved in, we recognized how noisy the road was. This is why I'm sitting on the floor trying to be in a quiet space, you know. So I haven't slept properly for 2 weeks. The mosquitoes are everywhere. And yet if I send you a picture of the view outside, you would be thinking, what are you complaining about? You know, contrast can come from so many different things. But it's now pushed me to say, this is not acceptable. It's uncomfortable. And I'm not prepared to be uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm now manifesting this new place, which hopefully we'll find out about in the next day or two, which is just spacious and beautiful. And it's got so much more than this place. So even though this was what we thought we wanted, you know, the universe has got other ideas, because actually, no, it didn't have the space I wanted. It didn't have the feeling of home. It didn't have longevity. And so that contrast came from day one. And it's literally every day I think, oh, I could stay here a bit longer. Something else happens just to remind me, nope, you're moving, you know. I just appreciate recognizing the contrast.
Yeah. And being able to appreciate the contrast. And what's funny about you talking about that kind of resistance that comes up, or that kind of tap, hey, this isn't quite it yet, we are starting to feel that here in this place that we've absolutely enjoyed and loved and appreciated for the last few years. But it's starting to be the time where I think we're going to start moving in a new direction. And there's been these just little things that have been, you know, little whispers like, you know, this is time to expand. The contrast is here, and it's now time to trust that this is part of the process of, you know, getting something even grander, going to the next level. And that feels fun. Though. It is exciting. It is exciting. What I think people get stuck in, and what I've gotten stuck in myself, is when you're more focused on the sense of lack, the sense of not having that better situation quite yet. And when you feel the dissonance between where you're at and where you would really like to be, that's when it feels painful and it doesn't feel good.
So how do you cope with that? How do you bridge that gap? What do you do?
So for me, I know that I care more about how I'm feeling, my vibration. It's coveted. That's something that's taken me a while to really figure out, is that is the most important thing. It's always the most important thing. And so it's a variety of things. It's meditation. It's different types of meditation. It's walking. It's working out. It's being in nature. It's laughing, being around people that are inspiring and making me laugh and I'm having a blast with. And so those are just a few things that really, it's gritting, it's doing the Abraham work, those kinds of things really help soothe me. It's all those soothing things that remind me that I'm okay. This is part of the process. Embrace the contrast. Trust. Get in the vibration. Get in the place of allowing that is a match for what I want.
And it's great to say that when you've had experiences and evidence that's showing you how it works. You know, it's the very beginning of the journey that people might find difficult, when they don't have the evidence of what to manifest or how to manifest.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's reminding ourselves all the time, going back, because it's really easy to forget those little, like, millions of manifestations that are happening, those miracles that are happening on hundreds and thousands on a daily. And it takes that slowing down, that process of, you know, going back and really figuring out what is it that can appreciate in this moment that I've already done, that I've already experienced. And that's Lana Schlafer, who was my life coach for quite some time. She really helped me realize that the importance, the significance of going back and reminding yourself what it is that you have already done. Right. Yeah.
That
really
kind of
good.
works the muscle where you can really believe and think, okay, what else is possible from here if I've already done this? And it can be the smallest of things, you know, whether it's even just a cup of coffee when you wanted it, or, you know, somebody sending you flowers. It can be the smallest thing. It's just that recognition of, that's something that I really enjoy or I really love.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So what other, I know you've had some really fabulous manifestations. So apart from your beautiful house, what other things have been really key to you and your family?
To me, key to me was allowing myself to really expand and to not take on what society may say or what the ideology I had before a parent should look like, and allowing myself to really just be me. And at times that meant, hey, I wanted to travel around the world. I wanted to do yoga trainings in different countries, and, you know, leaving the kids for maybe a week or two with my husband and my mom, who are very supportive of, you know, where I'm at and in my lifestyle, and living as an Abraham chick. And so, that's definitely been one of the biggest gifts
that's something that maybe people
I've allowed myself
would have a judgment on, you know.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
And also you'd have a judgment on yourself, you know, I'm a mother and I shouldn't be doing this and I shouldn't put myself first. But you know,
and that was huge. That was huge. I had to start to really let go of a lot of self-judgments and notice them and become aware of them. And awareness is the key to everything. It's the key to finding that self-compassion. It's the key to soothing yourself into the right vibration. And yes, definitely softening those self-judgments, releasing any of those limited beliefs by choosing, hey, you know what, this is the way I want to live. This is the way I want to feel
it's okay.
things.
It's okay.
Yes. I'm writing the story.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that the positive side effect of that is that your family have benefited, because if you're happy, you're overflowing, you can give so much more.
Oh, definitely.
Without resentment.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. I've seen a lot of improvement in my relationships because of the way that I choose to live now. And I know that my cup is full and I can give to others.
Yeah. So what's inspiring you today? What gets you out of bed in the morning and you think, yes, I'm ready? What are you working on?
Oh, my goodness. Well, right now we're actually working on a renovation of my website. So that's been exciting. Yeah, doing some writing for that, as well as just working on the promotion of my retreat. And actually what's really exciting to me right now is the contest that I'm running for the retreat.
Oh, tell us about that.
Yeah. So I've been extremely blessed where a ton of people wanted to join me on the retreat. And so I'm in a place where I can give away one of the spots on the retreat. And I feel super excited to share that with someone. And I know it's going to go to the right person, that the universe, is going to align. And so I'm excited to see who that is.
And what do they have to do? Because this is an amazing retreat in Mexico, right?
Yes. So the retreat is going to be 6 days, 5 nights in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And it's at this beautiful location. It's about 20 miles south of Puerto Vallarta, outside the city. And you actually have to, from the airport, they're going to take us to a boat, and the boat's going to take you to this bay where I know, it's so quaint. And it is so secluded. It's in this eco chic resort, and yeah, it's going to be lovely. The food, I heard, is amazing. I've had some friends who have traveled there, brought groups there, and they raved about it. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
And is it just a yoga retreat, or is there going to be a combination of your coaching, and what's involved?
I am definitely going to put in some practices for some coaching, just to keep it inspirational. We'll have definitely some free time to play and have some fun. And then we'll do 2 yoga classes a day for all levels. We're going to have a morning class and an evening class. And I'm really excited. I have an assistant helping me out, Tiffany Blanco, and she's wonderful. So a lot of people that are coming, they know Tiffany, and they also like her as well. So it's going to be a great group. I'm really excited.
Fun. And what do we have to do to try and win it? Because I'm feeling it myself.
Yeah. Yes, please. You can go on to either my Facebook or my Instagram. Both of them have links to the contest page.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. So you just go to the link and you fill out your name and why you would like to go on this retreat, and post it out on your social media as well to share with your friends, and tag a few friends so that they can also enjoy and participate in the contest, and hopefully you all can come and join us. There's just about, I think, 3 rooms left at this point, or maybe a little bit more. So it is filling up fast. I'm excited.
So this is a really good opportunity for people to start manifesting, to really, visualize being there, to, if this was something that I was trying to manifest, and I've done this with trips abroad before. I did it with the last Abraham land cruise to Cancun. I literally went on, looked at all the pictures, imagined myself sat on the beach, what I would be drinking, which room I would be in, and really just felt like it was already done. I looked up the prices of all the flights, how much it would cost, and then I just kind of let it go. And it literally did. I got the last room. I think it just came to mind about a week before the event. I'd kind of forgotten about it. And even though it was the last room, I got the sea view. I got everything that I had actually written down and visualized, because for me, it was already done. I'd already stepped into that reality. I just had to line up, vibrationally to receive it,
Yes. Oh gosh, that's awesome.
Amazing. So who else inspires you? Are there any kind of authors or books that you're reading right now that are hitting the spot for you? Because it's always good to share that knowledge.
Oh, yes. I'm always on Audible and downloading a lot of different books. I'm reading one called Radical Acceptance right now, or listening to one. I love that one. That one's been pretty just, awakening, as far as, that we can always be more compassionate with ourselves, regardless of what the situation has been in your life or what you've experienced. Of course, I love Gabrielle Bernstein has a good book. The Universe Has Your Back. She has a couple of good books. That one was good. I recently listened to, and Abraham Hicks. I love Wayne Dyer. I'm a huge Wayne Dyer diehard.
Yeah.
And there's an interview with Abraham Hicks and Wayne Dyer that I truly love. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll find the link for that underneath as well, because I've seen it. It's really special.
It is.
So what else is brewing? Because, you know, we're always creating and planning for the future. What's your really big scary goal that maybe you haven't even put out there to yourself yet? We want to be the first to know.
Ooh, big scary goal I haven't put out yet.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to keep expanding as a life coach. And I'm just allowing it to be organic as far as how it's going to evolve, because I do really love teaching yoga. I know that that's a part of me. I know that's something that I don't necessarily see me releasing or letting go of anytime soon, but I'd love to somehow bridge those two together, creating a program possibly online that will offer people this kind of whole body mind package that gives them the tools to just feel better in their daily life, both in their bodies and in their minds.
You are just so special. But it's so true. When you want to do something that amazing for yourself by doing it for other people, it can't help but come back. I did this really nice, I'm doing this meditation with Oprah and Deepak at the moment. Yes. And I think today was all about the karma of, you know, I am a powerful creator, but that whole, the more you give, the more comes back. And from different places, obviously, but it's the theme of the day. So it's good to hear you say that too.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I truly believe that. Anytime that I get a chance to give yoga, I just feel so much fuller when I leave. And so, I hear that.
Oh, well, it's been such a joy to speak to you. I'm excited for the retreat and for the online programs that are coming. And, you know, just watching you grow and expand has just been such a pleasure. You really are.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for having me. Thank you,
Thank you,
Tina.
Speak
Many
soon.
blessings.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
darling.